asked a Hui, traditional cake maker, what is the kind of work that you and other women in the village do? She answered, oh, the simple. I remembered vividly our conversation, her small frame in the borrowed kitchen of a famous restaurant where she worked. Her eyes sparkled with pride as she shared with me the oh, so typical story of a traditional cake maker like her, starting with how a little female child was bundled around her mother's back as she ploughed the neighbor's field for extra cash. How a young girl, like every other, was first sent to the kitchen to learn the basic house chores, cooking, cleaning, making cakes. How a young bride proves her worth to the in-law by presenting her skills in the first family meal. How a pregnant wife at the age of barely 17 woke up at 3:30 a.m. to pound 6 kilograms of rice to make sure she would have enough cake to sell in the local market. How the definition of a good mother requires her to make sure there will always be enough rice left in the kitchen, there will be enough money under the bed to pay for her first son's wedding. How she must go through life with a genuine smile always present on her lips. Oh, the simple, she said, and I beg to differ. No matter how astonished I was with her first reply, it was her answer to the next question that amazes me and inspired me to bring forth this particular topic, Daughters of Vietnam, to TEDx Olympia today. When I asked her, what is the kind of work that your husband and other men in the village do? Her response was, the intense kind, because they are stronger than us, so they have to do much more, like ploughing fields or being a mason. I was caught off guard, because for one, the list was definitely shorter. For two, she insisted that the men have no business in the kitchen. They also have no business in the market bargaining for rice, bargaining for vegetable. And for the last reason, she makes 3 times as much money as her husband monthly, juggling from all sorts of jobs, from ploughing fields to cooking a sumptuous feast for a rich family celebration. When I asked for her opinion of a good woman, she gave me 3 standards. 1, the look. A woman must always look content, walk gently, and speak softly, especially to her husband. If she does not, it is for a certain fact that this vile woman must be cheating on her spouse, for unfaithfulness is the root cause of all grumpiness. 2, the skills. She must master the arts of house chores. And 3, the faith. She must be faithful to her husband and to her husband only. Mrs. Lam is just one of the 48,737,000 Vietnamese women who were born and raised in a patriarchal society where a woman's worth is measured by the food she serves, the wealth of the man whom she married, and the gender of her firstborn child. Sacrifice and faithfulness. Her loyalty to her one and only husband must be absolutely absolute. Like how Princess Ngọc Tu of the Nguyen dynasty became a monk after her husband's death, or how Queen Nam Phuong spent the rest of her life in solitude even though King Bao Dai already had a new wife. Generations after generations of these incredible daughters of Vietnam deliberately silenced the roaring cries of their own desire to confine their happiness into the narrow definition of a good woman. But daughters of Vietnam, we are more than just that. Even when the feudal society failed to acknowledge our intelligence, our passion, and our success, women of the Nguyen dynasty, women like Hai Ba Trung, still humbled themselves to contribute in every way possible. They were given no position, nor did they ask for one. Many of them believe that no matter how successful, how intelligent they can be, was still to take care of their family. So I asked myself this question: how did this mentality become immensely deep-rooted into our society? Language relates experiences and backgrounds, and then in turn, these histories create words that are specific to our own culture. Since history, we use language, we use words such as honoring sacrifices as one of the must-have virtues of Vietnamese women. We use these words without asking ourselves a simple question: at whose cost? It is because her grandmother taught her mother, and then in turn, her mother teaches her that this is the social norm, and that is the right thing to do. I finally understood why my mom is the way she is, living in fear that her 21st century daughter, with a remarkable protruding forehead, the sign of a stubborn young lady who would face social rejection for she did not and will not fit in the social norm. In the modern world today, there are many more women who lean in to craft their own definitions of a successful woman, be it a single mother slash a freelance photographer, be it the CEO of a tech company slash a single lady at the age of 50, or be it the mother of three slash a banker. Growing up, I looked into the mirror and wondered who I would become in the next 5, 10, or 20 years. Seeking direction and mentorship, I hurried to find the perfect role model of a modern woman, with the hope that she would guide me so that I too could achieve my dream and succeed by breaking the social norm. I am my mother's daughter, and I'm the daughter of my country, Vietnam. I understand the privilege of walking at my own pace in a path well paved by generations after generations of female entrepreneurs and educators. I soon came to realize that it is not about creating a new definition of a successful woman. I also found out that it is not about finding a role model that I have to fit myself into, but it is about creating a culture where each and every one of us here celebrate different definitions of beauty and success. A mother who stays at home to take care of her kids well is successful in raising and nurturing them. A woman who delays her marriage to work and contribute to the society should be celebrated because she succeeded in going beyond what she thinks she's capable of and doing what she loves. This is what we need to do to erase the definitions that many young girls are trying to fit themselves in. This culture of acceptance and appreciation is about respecting women's choices, recognizing them for their achievements, and encouraging them to be confident in themselves, to overcome the biggest fear, unfulfilled potential. This is the only way that all of us here can help young girls to understand that they have the power to unlock their intelligence, explore their passion, and be empowered to achieve greatness. Thank you.